Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video today we are going to discuss about constraint layout in Android. What is a constraint layout? Constraint layout is a kind of view group. So let's get into what is view group first. This is we have covered already, right? View group in our previous section. So just recall it. When it comes to alignment of a group of child items or group of views, view group is important. So here constraint layout is a view group. So how child items are aligned inside constraint layout, okay, that is very important here, that we are going to cover in this section. Constraint layout. In constraint layout, all of our child elements are child items or child views are position relative to other item position or parent position. This is same as relative layout, okay. So in our constraint layout, child elements can overlap with each other. This is also happening in relative layout. So in constraint layout, it can align child items vertically or horizontally, same like linear layout. And also we can ask children to take some percentage of the parent layout with our parent layout item. This is also same as linear layout. So when it comes to relative layout, this two is the feature. When it comes to linear layout, this two is the feature, right? But in constraint layout we have all of the feature, and along with that we are going to have different kinds of facilities that we'll check one by one. Let's check constraint layout relative constraints, okay. So what is relative constraints? Here we discussed it. View can be positioned with respect to parent position or with respect to child position. When it comes to with respect to parent position, we have some properties. If views are aligned with respect to child position or other siblings, we have some set of properties. Okay, let's take this one. This blue color container is the view, okay. This view have a four side: left side, top side, right side, bottom side. Left side we can say that as a start, right side we can say that as the end. So left is equal to start, right is equal to end, okay. Sorry. So take this layout, okay. This is a child. This gray color container is now constraint layout. Now with respect to parent, how these two items are positioned. Take this layout, first view. This is having four side. Here left side is positioned to parent left side, top side is positioned to parent top side. Take this view. This view right side is positioned to parent right side, and this top view positioned to parent top side. This is how with respect to parent children are aligned. How children are aligned with respect to other item? Let's see this view, okay. This view, left of this view is positioned to right of this view, because see in the layout itself we can clearly see this view is positioned to the right of the blue container. This is left side, this is on the right side. So left of this view is positioned to the right of this container. It means like this pink color container should have left to the right of this blue color container, okay. Left of this pink color container positioned to the right of blue color container. Sorry. So this is how we are going to place our child items with respect to parent position or with respect to child position. Let's discuss about a bias property, okay. When it comes to aligning of a view vertically or horizontally, at the point of time, additionally if you want to give some spacing, right, bias is important. Take this vertical alignment, okay. This container, this is constraint layout. This is one kind of constraint layout. This pink color container is there, right. This is position center vertically, okay. We can say top of this view is attached to the top of the parent, bottom of this view is attached to the bottom of the parent. Now because of this is center, this is a center vertically, okay. By default bias is having 0.5 value, that is why it is centered. Why this is centered? this point is there, right? This is 0.0, this point is there, right? This is 1.0, because this vertically aligned. So vertically aligned in the sense from top to bottom we need to consider. Top it is 0.0, bottom it is 1.0. So when we give both the constraint, top to the top, bottom to the bottom, right, it is aligned center vertically. At the point of time, vertical bias value is set to 0.5. If you want to give additional spacing on the top side, okay, top side, if you want to give additional spacing, simply modify the value to, instead of 0.5, give 0.6. So what will happen? Somewhat it will be coming down like this. Okay, like this. Okay, 0.6. If you set to 0.7, it will be like this. 0.8, 0.9, 1.0. If you set to 0.0, it will be here, because it is vertically aligned. So vertical position it will take 0.0, 0.5, 1.0. By default it is 0.5. Now take horizontal bias from here to here. The value ranges from 0.2 to 1.0. By default this is 0.5. If you set to 0.0, it will be here. If you set to 1.0, it will be here. If you want to give some more spacing after 0.5, give 0.6, it will be here. Okay. Let's discuss percentage property. When you want your child view to take percentage of a parent container, at the point of time, percentage property is important. Now let's ask your child view, one of your child view, to take with 50% of the parent width. Okay. Now at the point of time we need to set this width equal to 0, and then we should tell this view to consider parent width, okay, as a percentage. For that, apply first property. How much percent it is going to take with respect to parent. This is second property. Here we have set to 50%, so entire parent width, this is the entire parent width. So it is taking 50% of the parent width. Do not consider about height, whatever it may be, okay, height, whatever it may be. Same like here, we are asking this view to consider parent height in a percentage, okay, using this property. And how much percent? 0.5, 50%. 50% height you should consider with respect to parent. If you set to 0.7, right, 0.75, it will be like this. If you set to 1, it will be like this. Go to chain property. This is also very important one when it comes to alignment of a view vertically or horizontally at the point of time. If you have empty spaces, right, in between that empty spaces, how we are going to align. So that is very important. That is chain property. Like this is aligning of a view in a horizontal manner, okay. Horizontal in the sense x-axis, first view, second view, third view. All these views are aligned horizontally. Now parent having some large amount of width, but these views are very smaller in size, okay. When compared to addition of all of this, parent is having some more spaces, extra spaces there. So how to give that spaces to all of this view? Using chain property we can align in a different manner, okay. If we give chain style equal to spread inside, okay, inside this container, inside this child, it will align the spaces evenly, okay. When you set to chain style equal to spread, it means like it will consider both the side of the view, okay, all the side of the view it will spread evenly. See here, some space is there, here also some space is there, here also some space is there, here also some space is there. When you set chain style to packed, okay, at the point of time all our views are touching each other, but the empty space is given to the left of the view and the right of the view. This is same as vertical chain style also. This is horizontal. When you chaining your items vertically at the point of time, how empty space is going to align. So that is vertical chain style. Group is a widget, invisible widget in our container, relative layout container, okay. Sorry. Here group hold reference of a multiple view ID. Why it should hold reference of multiple view ID? That is really important. Like in our Android application, sometimes we want to disable some item, sometimes we want to enable some items. When it comes to enabling multiple views, okay, consider 10 items you should have to enable or disable. You don't want to call first view dot enable, second view dot enable, third view dot enable one by one. So instead of doing so, create a group, okay, create a group and then give all of your ID as a reference to this view group. So when you set visibility to gone in this group, all the referenced ID is there, right? It will be disappeared. So visibility equal to gone, all three items is there, right? It will be disappeared like this. When you set visibility equal to again visibility equal to visible, all of your views are visible. So in a single function call, we can enable all of these views. Go to guideline. Guideline is important when it comes to setting a margin. Whenever we are creating an application, right, all the side, left of the mobile screen, top of the mobile screen, right of the mobile screen, bottom of the mobile screen, all the time we are going to give some spaces so that we can have some excellent spacing of UI widget. Otherwise our widgets will be stick to our start of the mobile screen or end of the mobile screen. It will not be looking good. So at the point of time, what we'll do, prior to guideline, we will set margin to first item, we will set margin to second item, we will set margin to third item. Same like if you have a 50 widget in our screen, you have to set margin to 50 of your items one by one. What if you wanted to modify that margin of 50 item to something else? For example, previous one is 60. You feel that 16 is not good for you. If you are moving from 16 to 20, again you have to set all of your views a margin to 20. So instead of doing so, just create one guideline. Okay, just create one guideline. This guideline going to take the margin in pixel. Okay, so here what will happen, if you set this to 16 dp from start of the screen, so it will be rendered from start of the screen 16 dp it will take, and then it will draw one guideline. Okay, so after that guideline, position all of your item with respect to that guideline. Okay, so if you wanted to modify the spacing in between, so what you will just modify the guideline width to something else. Here we have set to 20. If you want to feel 16 is enough for you, set that 16 only in that guideline so that all other views are affected immediately. So no need to modify margin of all views. Same like guide end is there, orientation vertical. Orientation vertical in the sense top to bottom it will render the line. Okay, vertical in the sense y axis. See, this is y axis, this is y axis. Orientation horizontal in the sense x axis it will draw top or bottom. If you set to begin 20%, from top it will take 20 dp. You set to guide end 20%, sorry 20 dp it will take, at the last 20 dp it will take. So with respect to guideline you can align your items. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? See, this constraint layout is the right. This is having functionality of both relative layout is there, functionality of linear layout is there, frame layout is there. So lots of functionality, lots of combination of functionality is there in our single container, single constraint layout. So this is more flexible than other layout. Every view is positioned with respect to other views or parent, so we can have a more control on our view. Flat tree structure improves application performance. Yes, definitely. Using constraint layout, inside a single constraint layout we can place all of our views so that one parent is there, within that parent all of our child is there. This is kind of a flat tree structure. Flat tree structure, this improves application performance. Prior to constraint layout we have a nested tree structure. When we are rendering tree structure with nested one, right, it will take a lot more time to create that, rendering that layout. So performance is bad. When it comes to a flat tree structure, performance is good. Complete visual editor support is there for constraint layout. For example, you can position your views anchor to left of the view, right of the view, top of the view. Bias is there, right, that you can edit. Percentage you can edit. Everything you can edit using visual editor. Easy to perform animation. Disadvantages. difficult for understanding all child view position, because see within that single container, okay, within that constraint layout we have placed all of our widget, okay, to bring flat tree structure. So at the point of time what will happen, consider if you have 200 300 plus items within the same layout, you cannot identify which item where it is placed, so how the positions are being referenced, right? At the point of time it is difficult for us, difficult for developers to understand all other view position. And for complex UI design we depends on XML, not Visual Editor because Visual Editor is not good all the time, this is having some glitches. So when you are designing a complex design, when you are going with the complex design structure, right, at the point of time going with XML is also a preferred one. If you have both the option, you can go with Visual Editor, we can go with XML. Okay, let's see how to create a simple layout using constraint properties. Okay, with respect to relative constraint, okay, we go with relative constraint first. Let's see, let's take this v1, modify this to 100 dp, this to 100 dp. Now see, set gravity to, so your text will be position center. Okay, now see, this text is there, right? This is having 4 sides, every side we have a circle, left side one circle, top side one circle, right side one circle is there, bottom one circle is there. This is called anchor. Okay, this anchor will attach your view to the with respect to parent or with respect to child. So if you adjust this anchor, right, your view will be aligned according to that. This view is placed center because top is attached to top of the parent. Okay, see, top is to top of the parent, and right side, okay, right is end is to end of the parent, bottom is to bottom of the parent, start to stop of the parent. Okay, let's remove one thing. Okay, right, okay, right answer, where is that, end to end of the screen. Okay, let's remove that thing and see what is happening. Your view is again aligned to top, bottom to bottom, and start to start, but right side it is not aligned, so that by default it is top left, top is aligned, bottom is aligned, so it is coming to center. Let's revert that code. Now see this one. Okay, this text view, left of the text view anchor is attached to the left of the parent, right of the text view anchor is attached to the right of the parent. See, start to the start of the parent, end to the end of the parent, top to the top of the parent. If you set bottom to the bottom of the parent, it will also coming to the center of the screen. So this is how we are going to set our views. Now I am going to create one view that I am going to place on bottom of text view 5. Okay, so let's create one simple view, text view with the wrap content, I to wrap content. Okay, now I am going to place this view below the text view 5. Okay, below text view 5. So how I am going to do, see, so top of my text view, okay, top of my text view, so top to the bottom of the center text view. Okay, what is the center text view ID? Give one ID for the center text. Okay, this is the ID of the center text. Now at ID slash C, now I give one text, my name. Okay, see, now this text is, top of this text view is coming to the bottom of this view. By default it is left side, that is why it is coming left. Now do one thing, if you want to move horizontally center, give left to the left of the screen, right to the right of the screen. Okay, so left to the left of parent and right to the right of parent. This is how we are going to place properties using relative constraint. Okay, relative to other views or relative to parent. This is relative to this view siblings, or else we can say this is relative to parent, right side and left side. This is referring parent with the right. Okay, now let's see how to do a bias property. Okay, when it comes to aligning views vertically or horizontally along with some extra spacing. Okay, so I have created bias already. Bias test. Okay, see, one text view I have created. By default it is having 0.5 bias. Okay, I am removing that property now. Start to the start of parent, use some more than height so that you can see clearly. See, start to the start of the parent. See, this is the start of this view. Is aligned to the, is anchored to the start of the parent, end to the end of the parent, this end to the end of the parent, top to the top of the parent. Okay, because we have set start to the start, end to the end, x-axis we have set both the anchor, right? So what is happening, it is aligned center in x-axis, this is center horizontally. Okay, now by default horizontal bias is there, right? That is set to 0.5. What's that property? Bias constraint horizontal bias. This is by default, this is 0.5. If you set that to 0.0, horizontally this is aligned, right? So if you set 0.0, it will be left side. If you set to 1.0, it will be on right side. If you want to set 75, it will be on 75% right side. Okay, so you can give additional spacing in a particular alignment. For example, this is having horizontal alignment, along with that axis we are going to give additional spacing, that is bias. Bias taking a percentage of the screen. Okay, 75% of the screen it is rendering horizontally. This is vertically rendered. This is also having vertical bias 0.5. If you set to 0.0, it will be on top. If you set to 1.0, it will be on bottom. Okay, by default it is 0.5. So if you remove that one, by default it is taking 0.5, so it will be on the center of the screen. Next we'll check percentage of the layout. Okay, go to percentage test. We have created one layout already. Constraint layout, inside we have a two text view. Design, go with the design. Okay, so here this text view is there, right? We are asking this text view to take width of the parent, but 50% only, not entirely. Okay, so if you want to do so, you have to set that width to 0 at first, and then ask your view to consider percentage of the parent width. Okay, using this property, constraint width default equal to percent, and how much percent it is going to take, 0.5, 50%. If you set to 1% it will take. If you set to 90% it will take. If you set to 1.0, entire 100% it will take. Now we have set to 50. What if you want to take first 50% of the screen? This is attached to right side, right? Remove the right hand side anchor, end to the end. Okay, so that it will be left of the screen. What if you want to align this view to the right of the screen? Give end to the end and remove that start to the start of, so that it will be taking right hand side 50% width. Same like here, we are asking this view to take 50% of the parent height. So height set to 0.0 because height will be calculated with respect to parent. Okay, how it is going to calculate? Using percentage. This property, using this property, say this view to take percentage of the parent, and then how much percentage it is going to take. This is 0.5. If you want to ask this view to take top 50%, okay, remove that bottom constraint. This bottom constraint is there, right? Remove that bottom constraint, bottom to the bottom of it. Remove this one, so that it will be taking top 50%. If you want to set this view to bottom 50%, remove the top constraint, top to the top of, so it will take bottom 50. This is how percentage is working. What about chain? So we have discussed it, useful for aligning space in between or around space, and we are aligning a view horizontally or vertically. So So for that also we have one sample in this view, right? Consider we have created 3 text view, 1 2 3 text view is there. The important property when it comes to chaining one is, right, all other views are reference to with other views. For example, take this view, okay, text view 1. Left of the text view is left of the parent, left of this second text view is left of this text, sorry, right of this text 1. So left of this third view is to the right of the second view, and right of this text view 3 is positioned to the right of the view. Now right of text view is the right, it is also positioned to left of the text view 3. Right of the text 1 position to left of the text view 2. If you modify, if you do this thing, right, all other views are positioned with respect to each other. Now do one thing using a single property, okay, horizontal chain style. What is horizontal chain style? Because we have set all our properties to align horizontally, okay, we have to set chain style. I have set this to packet, remove this to spread, okay. Now see, this, select this view, okay, this left of the view is to the parent, right of the view is to the text view 2, left of the view is to text 1, right of the view is to text 3, left of the view is to text 2, right of the view is text 3, parent, okay. So all other views are reference to the nearby view horizontally, okay. Now using this property we can modify the spacing in between, spread inside or spread or packet. In this way we can align spaces in and around, okay. Now let's go to group concept, group test, okay. Here we have created a 2 view, this is visible, but group view will not be visible to the user. This group is having a reference to this text view and this text view. So this text view ID, right, so I am giving here this text view ID, this also I am giving here. If you wanted to make this group disabled, simply set visibility to gone, it will be disappeared. Guideline, yes, guideline is also important one. This is also not visible to user, but in editor we can see, okay. Guideline test. See here we have set on guideline. This is the first guideline, okay. This guideline is the first guideline. This is taking 20 dp. Orientation vertical in the sense from top to bottom it will render that line using 20 dp. Starting from 20 dp, okay. Begin in the sense vertically it is rendered from left to right. Left is the beginning, right is the end. So from beginning it is taking 20. Same like go with this one, last one. Where is that last one? Yes, this one, okay. The last guideline is the right, yes, this one. So take this guideline. See, this is also orientation vertical. It means it will be rendered from top to bottom and end from end side, okay. Rendered from top to bottom in the sense left is the start, right is the end, okay. So end it is taking 20 dp and then it is started rendering. We can also give percentage of the screen to render guideline. So this is that percentage, okay, concept, okay. Here see, orientation vertical but percentage 25 in the sense horizontally, right, okay. Horizontally 25% of the screen. After 25% of the screen render this guideline. Same like 75% of the screen it is taking, and I have created one guideline. Using this guideline I have rendered 2 views. See this view, okay. This view is positioned to the right of this guideline. If you want to modify this guideline, right, move this guideline to 50% or 60% somewhere else, and this view is there, right, this will be again reference to that 50%, 70%, it will be moved along with the guideline, okay. That is why guideline is important. So this is all about constraint layout, friends. We have discussed lots of properties. So be clear in your constraint layout properties. Okay, this is really important one. Constraint layout is the advanced concept in Android. Okay, so thank you for watching my video. Let's meet in the next session.